Good afternoon. Welcome to SAP Now Virtual Experience. My name is Majid Al Futtaim and I'm responsible for the SAP Customer Experience portfolio across the Middle East region. Today, in this session, I will take you through how commerce can be used within the COVID-19 situation that we are living in today, but also definitely the post-COVID-19 situation that we hopefully will reach soon. If you have any question during this session, please use the text capabilities here. I will also let my contact details behind, so you can always contact me if you have any questions later on. Thank you very much. Hi everyone, my name is Majid Al Futtaim and I'm from SAP. I'm leading the SAP Customer Experience within the Middle East region. I would love to thank you for joining this session around post-COVID-19, helping our customers in the new reality, specifically around digital commerce. So I think this is all not really new for most of us. I think we are living in a very challenging time and a challenging era where we face something which we have never faced before with COVID-19. And this has quite some impact on many different kind of businesses that we see around us. And this differs from manufacturers to retailers, of course. But I think everyone globally is impacted, and every company in the world is impacted in a way or another. So what we see basically in specifically if you focus on the consumer products or the retail business is that there is a big change when it comes to, of course, shoppers traffic in the stores. It's specifically where you will see that a lot of stores are closed, a lot of malls are closed globally, but there are also a lot of countries where they are not closed, but they are reduced. And we see globally like a 20 or 30% reduce when it comes to shopper traffic in the retail stores. We see a big shift when it comes to the value channel or the change of channels that customers choose. We see a big shift from customers going online, big demand for doing business online instead of going to the stores, of course. And this has impact on many other different variables and thinking about fulfillment. A lot of companies who see a very big spike in their online business do have challenges currently when it comes to the fulfillment of the orders that they have received through the different channels. So the big increase on online traffic, you see, average like a 25%. We have customers in our region who are running SAP Commerce where they have a big spike of increases of more than 300%. So that's quite challenging for the business, for the retailer. And this is something that more and more retailers really look forward to have a specific solution to really help cope with the situation that we are living in today. So, maybe some of us could think about saying that COVID-19 is maybe just something that happens and it will go over and then we're going back to reality, which could be true, but I definitely believe that the consumer behavior is changing and it will remain changed over time. Definitely, we see more and more people using online to make their orders and the purchases online, from groceries to normal retail products. But I think over time, even if COVID-19, if we would go over it, definitely there will be a change in behavior of people where we see that online will become more and more an important channel for a lot of retailers. So one of the reports that I have read from Nielsen, which I really liked, is also explaining the whole change of behavior and the behavior thresholds of customers and consumers. And they're also saying that even after COVID-19, and this is what I've highlighted here, is that people will return to the daily routines, but operate with a renewed cautiousness about health. But this has a permanent shift in supply chain, the use of e-commerce and hygiene practices. So this is something definitely businesses have to keep in mind. And now I think this is the time that for businesses on the online channel, even if they haven't been serious about it, that this is the time that they have to be serious about it. And definitely from both angles, customers who haven't been starting the journey, that they have to onboard and start the journey, and also customers who have been already there, how they improve their customer experience or to improve the overall experience for customers. What we have seen from an SAP customer experience perspective, COVID-19 on specifically the consumer product industry, and this is maybe also for some other businesses relevant. It's basically cut into three pieces. We see a big impact on supply chain, we see a big impact when it comes to the buying behavior, and we see a big impact when it comes to the voice of customer. Not going into too much details of it, but the supply chain, of course, if you have a peak in retail orders online, this has a big disruption in your supply chain. Of course, there could be also some disruptions in the supply chain itself, that maybe products are not shipped or couldn't be shipped, or you don't have some products that you can sell because of the logistic issues that are momentarily available globally. There's a big buying behavior change. As I mentioned earlier, there is a big increase in online shopping, which is, I think, for most of you not a surprise. But there's also, of course, the decline in in-store visits. And at last, I think the voice of customer is becoming more and more important. It's really important that you as a company you are agile enough to understand really what customers are thinking, being able to understand what they are doing, what they are thinking, take action on their sentiment, which could be positive or a negative sentiment. So if you look at the roadmap that customers could go through as a business, if they haven't started the online store journey, this is definitely something they have to think about. Going through three phases, basically, we see overall through agility, having an online store available, having that engagement with the customer through that online channel. In the medium term, 3 to 9 months, you need to start being more personalized. What you show customers, what you tell customers, what you recommend customers, it needs to be personalized. There's not one way of messaging you can do to all of your customers. So it's really important that you differentiate between the different customers and also within your communication. And at last, over time, specifically with the customers who already have an online business, it's really important to have that connected experience. Make sure that your online channel is connected to your offline channels, which could be the retail stores. Make sure your online channel is connected to the call center, that if a call center agent picks up the phone with a customer and the customer explains his complaint, that he has visibility on all the touch points that the customer has been going through. And it's important, of course, that your omni-channel process, that you are really getting more and more innovative in that area. And that can be from different angles. Some customers starting to explore for example, the chatbots capabilities. That the chatbot is really taking care of customer service for most of it, for most of the, let's say, the standard questions. And there could be augmented reality, something we see a lot in fashion nowadays. So there are a lot of use cases that you can think about, and that can only be done if you have the foundation ready and it is all working fine. So where we are coming from is from SAP side. As I mentioned, I'm responsible for the customer experience portfolio. We mainly focus on 5 different pillars. Of course, the pillar we are focusing now on in this session is Commerce Cloud, where we can really help you to start your online business, be innovative in your business, be agile, being able to reach your customer in an agile and a fast way. But we also have other components which are very important when you really want to reach that omni-channel, innovative and omni-channel stage, where you have Marketing Cloud to really understand the customer behavior and act on the customer specific behavior to be very personalized. Service Cloud to really make your customers happy, serve your customers in the best way through the different channels in a connected way, connected with all the different channels you have as a business. Sales Cloud mainly for the B2B sales journey to really build the relationship with your customers. And the Customer Data Cloud that really helps you to create that single customer profile to really be effective when it comes to personalization, to reach out to your customers in a personal and effective way. You really need to be able to understand who that customer is. And this is something we do within our Customer Data Cloud. And this portfolio, of course, nevertheless, which is very important to mention, is built on a cloud platform where you really have very innovative components such as the machine learning capabilities, being able to extend the solution with microservices, leveraging Internet of Things if that's important. And overall, this whole portfolio is connected with the backend And this could be, of course, any kind of backend, but in case our customers do have SAP in the backend, we provide a standard integration with that platform. So where SAP is coming from, SAP currently is the #1 in global commerce market share. I don't know if many of you are aware of that. SAP does have the biggest customer transactions globally when it comes to on the commerce platform. So we do run on our commerce platform more than $500 billion gross margin revenue, and this is across different industries and different countries. We do have the best in-class scalable platform, really focused on the medium and high-end customers, and supporting all kinds of different business processes or different business processes in this case, which could be B2C. We have a lot of customers running B2B, and we have also customers running B2B2C, which is more like a marketplace scenario. And all three of them can be run on the same single platform. And that's one of the biggest differentiators against a lot of our competitors in the market. We provide a lot of out of the box accelerators. As I mentioned, could be B2B, B2C, could be marketplace, but we also have a lot of industry-focused accelerators that comes out of the box with the platform to really speed up your implementation time to launch an online store as soon as possible. And we are the only vendor in both Forrester and Gartner that has been awarded as a leader when it comes to B2B and B2C commerce. So as I mentioned earlier, one of our customers, Carrefour, across the region is running on SAP Commerce, and one of the challenging time, maybe in a positive way, is that they faced a lot of online peak in online orders, as I mentioned earlier, because more and more customers started to buy online. But this had a big impact, definitely, on the supply chain itself, especially when you suddenly see more than a 300% year-over-year increase in your online orders. This has a big impact on the fulfillment center. And the good thing about Carrefour, what they have done is, as they are part of a bigger group, they have been reshuffling the personnel of a lot of different businesses, which are basically out of business now because they're only available in retail. They have shifted the employees to support the fulfillment within the stores for the online orders. So they have been shifting a lot of people towards supporting the online business for Carrefour, and that's quite an interesting move. But nevertheless, I think Carrefour is doing quite well. The platform is performing quite well, but definitely when it comes to the fulfillment and the supply chain, it is very challenging, and this is something that I think that no one can blame them. They're working very hard on that, and I think they have a great time in front of them. So when you look at the commerce platform, especially when you want to innovate and start your digital transformation for your business, there are a couple of things that are really important to keep in mind. We definitely see that mobile is becoming very important. And I think this is maybe for most of you not new, but I think we now more and more see that customers really start focusing initially on the mobile, because that is basically the device. That's what most people are using. It needs to be intuitive. The design needs to be the experience needs to be very good. And of course, you need to have the platform available on every channel, but mobile is the most important one. You need to go beyond personalization. So definitely in the moment, you need to play within the moment on the customer behavior. So really understand what the customers are doing, who the customer is, how he is behaving on the website, what kind of profile the customer has, to start really personalize what he's seeing, personalize what he gets, what the results that he get on the website, but also the results of when it comes to the marketing campaigns. The other one, which is very important, is while you have a website or while you have an online store, you really need to understand what customers really think about the journey online. And this could be from an online journey, an online buying journey, or someone who stopped somewhere the journey online on a specific page, or maybe from a shopping basket and he churned. It's really important to understand why he bought from you and what his sentiment is about that. So combining the experience with the operation is becoming more and more important. So in this case, from a commerce perspective, if someone is on the website, you really want to have touch points on the website where you can get the feedback from the customer. This could be, of course, after buying, but also could be if someone is on his shopping cart who has been staying there for, let's say, a minute or two, that you want to pop up a question and asking the customer what kind of challenges he faced, why he isn't buying, or what is the reason it takes too much time for him to proceed. So this is quite important. So you really can understand what the customer, what the sentiment of the customer is, and really take action on that. So when it comes to that, I think SAP Commerce really provides you that modern cloud solution, which is very, very and highly extensible. And this is for most of our, let's say, very specific industry customers, very important. So we do provide an agile deployment. We can go very quick or live with a website with out-of-the-box capabilities that are part of our accelerators. And you can really extend that with what we call the microservices. So we provide a very microservices architecture where you can really extend the platform. Secondly, we are a cloud-native platform, so it's really open, it's headless, and API first. So really we're focusing on API driven architecture. So we really can easily scale up because of that. And there are seamless upgrades for across the platform. And of course, tailored to your business. And this is very important, is that we really can help you through our platform across the different business challenges you have, or business models you have, from B2C, B2B, or marketplaces, or different specific industries. So what do we see in commerce, to just summarize as a platform? So what do we provide within the commerce platform, as you see here in the middle of the screen? So we provide the commerce automation platform within the SAP Commerce Cloud. We provide a smart added functionality to really customize your front end, which we call in the past the web content management system. We provide a product content management system, which is key, of course, where you hold all the customer product information. You have the context-driven services to really be personalized in the recommendation you give to the customer. So this tool really helps you to personalize the experience across the channel for a customer. And then we have what we call the Project Spartacus storefront. So this is the headless commerce to really give a customer a really good experience on your commerce website, where the front end is basically decoupled from the back end, which gives them a very smooth online experience. And at the same time, it's a progressive web app. So it's even if you would open it up on a mobile app, or if you would browse your website on a mobile, the functionality, the way he experienced the website, is very smooth and very rich in experience. So on the sides of it, you see that you can easily connect it to different front office solutions. As within SAP, we do have standard integration with marketing, service, or sales. At the same time, you can embed things like apps and Internet of Things. It's really extensible. With, for example, different kind of payment gateways, or you can amplify your capabilities across different channels like social or other marketplaces available, etc. So what do we see here after post COVID-19? I think for businesses who are thinking about going towards commerce, or maybe already have a commerce business, there are a couple of things that we have that we see are very important. Definitely that you have a 24/7 omni-channel capabilities, and that you are always in real time when you reach out to customers, or when customers reach out to you. Having an automated self-service capabilities is becoming very, very important. Having flexible price models, being able to be personalizing to your customers, having that customer relationship, and that mainly on a transparent and in a trustly worth way. Having a single source of truth is becoming more and more important, and capturing what the customer really thinks. So the voice of the customer is more and more important. Get the feedback from the customers to really help you to really change the experience across the different touch points, which could be promotions, recommendations, or the specific products that you are promoting on the website. We as SAP Commerce, we definitely can help you with that. So we can help you with all the points we have listed. We are more than happy to support you in your journey, and it doesn't matter where you are within the journey. If you already have an established commerce website, we can really help you to really improve that from different angles. And if you don't have an online business, we are here and we can help you to really start up a business in a very short time frame, knowing that a lot of companies really look for that quick win during the current situation. And we as SAP, we are more than happy to support you in that. And if you have any question, and if you want to go into more details when it comes to commerce, we are more than happy to help you with that. And please reach out to me, to my colleagues within SAP, if you would love to know more about SAP Commerce. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for attending the session. I hope it was really useful, and I will be available in the chat room to continue the discussion over there. Or we can schedule a call anytime. Thank you very much for joining.